Why I am buying Baba Alibaba stock in 2023.
He's relentless.
Think about internet is the opportunity for small business.
He's sort of like a Pied Piper of the internet in China.
Don't miss this chance.
First, he attracted employees.
How you doing, guys? How are you?
And then he attracted millions of businesses to build their business on his platforms.
Jack Ma has done a phenomenal job to create a business that is second to none in the world. He is the largest retailer.
The investors may not like us. If the customers like us, we have the futures.
Not because of Jack Ma, but this. Maybe this is the end of Alibaba. Maybe this is the end of the bear market rally. And the crash is about to happen. Hold my crop.
A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me, no.
A good investor acts when the opportunity knocks.
I am the one who knocks.
Winner, always the one that took the risk and jumped in the pool without knowing how to swim. Mistakes are where you will actually learn. One mistake I admit I made in the past is when the market turns. I am in denial and I missed the opportunity. I am 99% certain that Alibaba is a huge opportunity for me today. If you don't believe me, just look at the chart of Baba, which I will show you later. Or maybe you believe Michael Burry, Ken Griffin, and Charlie Munger, Phil Town, or Stanley Druckenmiller. They all have substantial amount of millions invested in Alibaba stock. Why I will keep buying Alibaba stock at $88 or below. I will explain it all right after this.
How you like that? How you like that? Nah, look at you, now look at me. Look at you.
Welcome back to the Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about macroeconomy, stocks, bonds, and commodity markets. If you like any of these topics, you are intelligent. That's why you're here, and you know what to do, and push my button if you like what you see in today's video, because you're already a success. It is done when you join the Audacious Money Witch Club. This video is brought to you by my website. If you're a good boy, go to audaciousmoneywitch.square.site to add more meaning into your life. If you play your cards right and completely submit, like my good boys do, then I will take you under my wing. Author of best-selling books, Goddess Cheryl. My good boys always get rewarded handsomely. You are such a good boy. You like hearing that, don't you? You want to get into the bookstore. You want it to be real. You want it to be true. You want to join the Audacious Money Witch Club, don't you? A big part of reason why stocks like Nvidia, AMD, and Lam Research fell 60% in 2022 is because of US-China tension heat up. That created a lot of uncertainty and fear involved with any US company that's operating in China. Now when you think about it, it would be a wise decision to buy Nvidia at 108, AMD at 55. Now these AI chip stocks are making 52-week highs because market participants knows the probability of good things happening rather than the bad things happening is much higher now. The same logic can be applied to Alibaba stock. Mr. Jim Cramer and the rest of Wall Street knows the ultimate China stock is Baba. If you don't already know, the whole Shopify's e-commerce's business model is built on top of Alibaba's AliExpress. Without AliExpress, there will be no YouTube dropshipping community.
AliExpress is AliExpress. Everything you can imagine, they have on AliExpress. I am obsessed, you guys. I love this outfit. This is so pretty. I think I found my new favorite place to shop. These dresses and these outfits are just so cheap, you guys, and they look so good. You guys, this has been so like enlightening. I'm gonna be an avid AliExpress shopper, whatever you're into, AliExpress has a shop for you.
That's only the global e-commerce space, which the only competition is Amazon. Second, Alibaba have cloud computing and generative AI. It is the Chinese big tech that can go toe-to-toe with the FANG in the US. In the past year, the company has been buying a ton of shares back at pre-IPO valuation.
Repurchased $18 billion of stock. That's 10% of its market cap. Just to put this in context, this is more stock that Alibaba has repurchased this year than Amazon has repurchased in its entire history. And the company announced another $15 billion repurchase plan.
Well, it has the same amount of shares outstanding with Meta Platform. It has more cash and less debt on the balance sheet than Meta. Just added to your value. It has more than $50 billion of USD cash.
I would not discount the Chinese economy eventually recovering here, and I think they're going to be a beneficiary of that. This is a company that's trading at essentially dirt cheap valuations, and they have about $55 billion on their balance sheet, which also puts a lot of room for them to invest in AI, which they brought out. Add on top of that, they're spinning off some of their businesses, which I think is a great long-term story. So this is definitely something I would look at as an opportunity.
Courtney.
Remember when Meta was down to 88 last year? If you missed that, you can still buy Baba like me and Burry. Of course, I am not your financial advisor. Do your own research before making your move. Your money, it's your responsibility. Let's talk about what Baba stands for, the value and the mission. Their mission is to make it easy to do business anywhere in the world. Their vision is to aspire to be a good company that will last for 102 years. They envision that their customers will meet, work, and live at Alibaba. Their vision for fiscal year 2036 is to serve 2 billion global customers, enable 10 million businesses to be profitable, and create 100 million jobs. Their value is customers first, employees second, shareholders are third. Trust makes everything simple. Change is the only constant. Today's best performance is tomorrow's baseline. If not now, when? If not Baba, then who? Live seriously and work happily. Do you know there are 18 co-founders in Alibaba? Most of them are Jack Ma's students. As of today, Alibaba named Eddie Wu as CEO of the whole company, and Joseph Tai to be the chairman. Both Eddie and Joseph are the co-founder of Alibaba in 1999. So this is still a founder-led company. Daniel Zhang will be focused on the cloud and AI. Did you know one of the secrets of Alibaba's success is that they have 49% of the workforce are women? Now you might be saying, audacious, what about the elephant in the room? Why not talking about that? It's a Chinese company. You can't possibly think you own those pieces of the company, right? Well, maybe Chinese companies are not investable in Wall Street's eyes. Maybe that's the exact reason why it's traded at such a cheap price right now. Remember, Mr. Market is not rational. It's like the Joker. It doesn't have a plan. It does whatever it wants. However, people's sentiment change fast. Bearish investors can be flipped bullish very fast. Just as the price jumped higher as Nvidia and Netflix absorbing, fed liquidity like a starving baby boy drinking mummy's milk. Ignite the fuel that powers the piston and push the AI flame out of the bull's exhaust pipe, pushing it higher as the Fed said higher rates for longer. Market, figure it out. It's higher yields for longer for the rich. One day they will figure out that Chinese economy will overtake US to be the largest economy in the world. Then the sentiment around Alibaba will be drastically changed. Like Meta, Baba will jump higher and higher and never look back. Look at the stock chart. Baba just formed an inverse head and shoulders pattern, same as Nvidia in 2022. From the weekly chart, it looks like a double bottom from the lows after the biggest IPO in the world. According to BBC, China will overtake the US to become the world's largest economy by 2028, 5 years earlier than previously forecasted. A report says China's economy will increasingly rely on state investment, high-tech development, and domestic consumption, with less input from its past staple of export manufacturing, as it stands to overtake the United States in the coming decade, analysts predict. China's GDP will grow 5.7% per year through 2025, and then 4.7% annually until 2028. British Consultancy Centre of Economics and Business Research, CEBR, forecasts. Its forecast says that China, now the world's second largest economy, will overtake the number one ranked US economy by 2028. Credit insurance firm Euler Hermes made a similar forecast. For some time, an overarching theme of global economics has been the economic and soft power struggle between the United States and China, says the CEBR report. The 2020 lockdown and corresponding economic fallout have certainly tipped this rivalry in China's favor. China is now in a QE-driven, rate-cutting recovery that's coming out of deflation. Meanwhile, the West is still in high inflation, high rates, and quantitative tightening. It's quite the opposite direction. Who knows the Fed will cut rates? Surely not Jay Powell. He said it's like a couple of years out still. Let me ask you one question. Who will be more dominant e-commerce cloud giant when China becomes the world's largest economy in 2028? Amazon or Alibaba? Right now, Amazon is valued at $1.29 trillion. Just the $0.29 trillion, which is $290 billion, that's more than the market value of Baba. I bought Baba at $225 billion today. Amazon has 3 times amount of debt compared to its cash. In 5 years, if Baba beats Amazon, I will be at least 5x my money. Remember, Alibaba is the Pied Piper of internet in China.